Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends episode. Now for this week, what I'm planning on doing is just getting out some of these episodes for Raid Shadow Legends, and I think next week I will be off from work, so I don't know exactly what content I've got set up for that. I haven't actually sort of thought it through, but I do need to make time to get the Ark servers set up and ready, and obviously the aim behind that is of course to prep for the Genesis launch. That is the main idea. I think for the time being, obviously I still need to grind it out with regards to the Raid Shadow Legends game. I do want to progress, although progression at this point is fairly slow. I think this time around I'm going to try and play around with the faction wars just to try and mix it up. I'm not really focused on it too much, to be fairly honest with you guys. Not at this point. But if I can grind and get some of those enchants, they might be helpful at some point in time. However little, it will probably help me at some point. So let's see what I can get. Let's see if I can progress any further. Probably not. These are champions that have primarily been long forgotten, with the exception of the epics, which are new champions added to my roster quite recently. So that means they've not been geared up properly, and as you can see, Aethel and like 3 of these champions are really not up to anything really. I don't even think they have gear on them, to be fairly honest with you. I think Aethel has some very old lifesteal stuff on her, but not enough to actually make any bit of a difference. We'll see how far we can get with this particular faction war. I'm gonna try and probably gear them up if it comes down to that and I cannot defeat the boss. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna waste a lot of money. We'll see what the boss is like. If we can defeat it, that'd be nice. There is a book to be had from this, but if we can't defeat it, we can't defeat it, and I'll just have to, of course, call it quits and farm whatever I can to get whatever I can from this. So let's see how far I can get with this. Let's see what this boss does. I don't know. I mean, the bosses all look the same, but they seem to have different abilities, so that's quite interesting. Different mechanics as well. And I thought I'd just start out with a bit of a grind or a repeat of a stage that I know I can do, because I don't really know where I actually left off, so I don't know how good these guys were in the past and why I stopped here. It's been that long ago since I actually played this. I do like the continuous heal buff, so that's pretty neat. That's gonna need to be worked on, obviously, on the champion that provides that. I think it is Romero that does provide us that buff. Let's see what we do with the boss. How we do with the boss, better said. I'm not expecting to actually win this, to be fairly honest with you. I'm gonna probably get my ass handed to me here, simply on the fact that most of these champions are not leveled up sufficiently. The gear that I've put on them is just leftover gear that was okay for my level, I guess. So we seem to be doing well. I wouldn't even say alright for the first wave. We've already lost the champion, so I wouldn't really call that alright. But bear in mind, she did not have anything on her in terms of artifacts. Okay. The question is, will I lose another champion before I get to the boss? I mean, I'm definitely at this point in time not expecting to defeat the boss. Yeah, that's not going to happen, is it? We've already lost too much health. We have 1 champion down. It's not looking too promising. Okay. Counter attack and a provoke. Nice. Another provoke. Yeah. This is not looking promising at all. Alright. Yeah, that was helpful. So definitely a lot of CC going on here with this boss. They're all provoked. That's not going to be helpful. And one of the little companions from this champion just seems to constantly heal him for 35k, which is again not good because these guys don't do enough damage. So yeah, that explains everything. So I'll go back to the drawing board. I will try and use whatever I can, whatever I have left over. I don't really have much in terms of gear left over. As you can see, I'm getting a little notification there to say that, hey, look, you need to put artifacts on these guys. Okay, so I've pretty much wasted all of my silver trying to gear these guys up, and well, let's see where we get with this. I have tried to do this on auto, not getting very far, so I'm going to try and do this on manual. Now, what happens with auto is they tend to use their more powerful abilities right at the end or the finish of a wave, which means that they will be on cooldown for the beginning of the next wave. And so maybe if I manual it and think through my abilities, maybe I can save them up for when I actually really need them. At least that's the idea. So for example here, Aethel would have used her A2, which is an AoE. It's kind of pointless using it because most of the wave is down and we can take the damage that they dish out. Do I want to use that? That's the question. Do I want to use this ability? I'll have to go for it because I need to clear out. I don't want to take too much damage still. Okay, 1 down, 2 down. Alright. So we're going in with full health. There we go. There's the fear factor. Let's buff up. Does that work? Okay. We want to take out the healer because this tops up the champion all the time. Or the champion, the boss even. Shield. What can I go for here? Could go with continuous heal because I know I'm going to start taking damage quite a bit. Yep. Well, that worked out. Glad that worked out. See, that didn't work out either. So obviously I'm already in crowd control with that fear. I'm not able to cast abilities. Again, same thing here. I could try and increase attack, but that would mean I need to actually try and hit something. Alright, so 2 champions on provoke. That's not helpful. And the rest of the team on fear. Let's try this again. Well, that didn't work either. 3 champions on provoke. Oh no, 4 champions on provoke. Nice. It's looking promising already. 1 frozen, 4 on provoke. Let's try a continuous heal. Try and keep the health up. Yep, that worked out. Perfect. I do bear in mind that the sets of artifacts that I've placed on the champion weren't the best. Also, the champions are of a very low level compared to what they should be. So obviously that's gonna all have a thing to say in this fight. Let's see. Try and keep these guys alive. So I don't think I'm going to be able to land anything because of that. Now everything, the whole team's on provoke. Nice. This boss is going to be quite hard. I think what I'm going to probably need to look at is lifesteal on all of the champions. That's probably something to look at because I'm going to end up getting provoked all the time or having fear on. So I think lifesteal is a way to go here to obviously increase their survivability. Yeah, there goes Aethel. Nope, see, I can't even cast anything. So the only option here would be to try and combine lifesteal with a set of weapons and armor and equipment that can hopefully outdamage the amount of heals that this boss gets. Probably the only way to actually go through it. At least at this stage. I don't know later on. Like I know you'll have to face off this boss again right at the end. I don't know what remedy that would have, but I'm not gonna go invest in that sort of gear in these champions at this point in time. It's gonna be too expensive. It's gonna cost too many resources, and in that it's gonna take away from other aspects of the game that I really need to focus on. So not a priority. I'm gonna have to stick to grinding the level before this until I get to such a point where I can actually afford to waste that many lifesteal sets, to be fairly honest. So yeah, we're gonna need a lot of good gear as well. And I'm guessing the champions being of level 40 doesn't help either, so that's, you know, a big decrease in pretty much everything, in all stats really, or at least all stats that contribute to their abilities. So yeah. What I do like about the faction wars though is even if you fail, you don't use up the key, so that's pretty neat. That is quite a useful feature. It does allow for the option of playing the game for a bit longer and playing around with the faction wars without actually wasting energy. So with that said, I'm just going to farm the stage before the boss. We're going to try and get these things done, get the enchants. I'm going to try and stock up on these. They are, well, not the best in the world, but I suppose in a crisis they might help somewhat. Now I know they should be able to do this way because they were able to do it before when they were not geared, so I'm not even worried here. And I think there's another faction war that faction Crypt that has been unlocked, which I've not even touched. Now I should have, I would hope, a okay team to put in to get, I suppose, something done on it. Not expecting too much. Bear in mind, most of my champions still need to be leveled up, so I'm not expecting miracles from it. Yeah, that was fairly flawless. It's amazing what a difference there is between this stage and the next stage, which is the boss fight. Like, same gear, same champions. Just look how quickly they go through the waves. That boss is ridiculously hard. And what makes him hard is the fact that he more or less CCs the entire team and then puts the provoke on them. So, yeah, you know, it's going to be a case where they'll have to dish out a lot of damage whilst regenning. So I think lifesteal is the way to go for that boss. At least for me at this point. There we go. Knock that down. Yeah, so they're all level 40. They've got gear on them, but it's meh gear, not anything wonderful. And to be fairly honest, I wouldn't actually waste anything good on these guys because most of them I won't use anyways. So I think I'm only going to end up keeping them for the purposes of playing around with them in faction wars, unless or until I get something that's actually a bit more useful. But that's okay. They seem to do alright up to a certain point. And this needs also to be farmed. Going back to videos, I do realize that there's been a lot of Raid Shadow Legends videos, and probably a lot of people are questioning or thinking, you know, what about Ark and Conan Exile? Not had much time for Conan Exiles and our Conan Exiles. What's happened with Conan Exiles is the company that I rent my server from has switched my account from one server to the other, and as a result I lost all of my thralls once again, because that's the way my luck rolls, meaning I have to go and farm thralls again and do it all over again. I will do it eventually and I will build up. I've also been very busy between work and obviously work and YouTube. It's very time consuming. I just, you know, like with Ark at the moment, the servers are still down. I'm keeping them down so I can try and salvage whatever I can once I've set up some sort of a base, and then set up the server that will become the Genesis server. So obviously most of my servers are still down at this point in time. With Conan Exiles, I kind of covered what I wanted to cover on it. I'm not going to go into too much detail with the new DLCs. Firespark 81 does a good enough job of doing that. I don't, you know, I mean, he is quite hardly focused on showing the stuff that I don't show. I'm just gonna look at the bigger things and stuff like that, and that's what I'm gonna focus on. It's guides on how to obtain stuff. I'm not gonna go into too much detail like Firespark does. Don't get me wrong, they are very good videos, but I do want to try to spread myself between different games, try and keep things mixed up. It can get sort of monotonous for me just playing one or two games, which is why I added Raid Shadow Legends. I do like this. It is a bit of an expensive game if I'm honest, but still I do like playing this game. Let's see what I have here. Okay, I've got what to work with, so we'll take you. Decisions. I can take you, I'll take you. You might want to come now. Miscreated monster, do I want you? Yeah, I guess we can do that. And get a shield from you. That's gonna come in handy. Alright. Sweet. Obviously this is just the first stage, so they should go through these really quick. I'm going to progress as far as I can with these stages. I'll try the boss out if we get there and we still have a key. I'm just having a look at what... okay, I mean, that's alright. Do bear in mind it's only Doom Priest, Tomb Lord, and Miscreated Monster that have gear on them. The rest of them have absolutely nothing on them. They've not been geared up or anything, so... Let's see. Sweet. I'm not even looking at what I'm getting. I'm just pretty much grinding these out, and I'll look at them as and when I need them, and hopefully I got stuff that I'll need later on. Okay. We're doing alright for keys. Still 10 to go. We're going to use one for this one. There we go. Now I know Miscreated Monster can put up quite a massive shield, so I'll have to look at how I'm going to build him to get that shield off of him. Or from him, to be fairly honest. He's not something I've actually looked at in too much detail at this point, but I'm glad I have him. He's definitely got his uses. I'm just thinking now, as I'm going through this, there are so many champions that I need to work on. So I probably won't be doing shard pulls for a while. I'm going to stick to what I have at the moment, try and build it up. Now do bear in mind that while I do play Raid Shadow Legends quite a bit, I don't play it as religiously as other YouTubers or streamers. I play it on and off. I would say probably more like casual compared to other players of this game. So I guess my progression will be somewhat slower compared to theirs. Okay, we should be alright. I'm looking at the levels and stuff like that and trying to kind of gauge how I may potentially do per that stage. I really don't want to spend any more money gearing up champions at this point in time. Not that I have too much of it anyways. I hardly have anything left, so I'll have to go and grind out some money. At least have 1 million silver. At the moment I think I've got a couple of 100,000, so that's not near enough. We seem to be progressing quite good through this particular tomb or faction crypt. I don't know why I called it tomb. That's yeah, I was just thinking about that. Why I decided to go. Yeah, it's a faction crypt. Whatever. My English sometimes is not the best. Okay, I'm just looking at how things are progressing through this crypt. Seem to be doing quite alright. And I'm happy with it. Perfect. Okay. Can I do it? Bearing in mind how difficult the last boss was, can I do it? Let's find out. It's looking promising. It's definitely looking promising now. Let's see what this wave does. Yeah, we're taking some damage here now. So I'm slightly... Okay, maybe not. No, I was getting slightly worried there with how many champions I will go with in the next stage. Here we go. Okay, that wasn't half bad. The stun's not nice, but yeah, still. Don't think I mean, I was gonna say I don't think I have any heal apart from Doom Priest, Doom Priest, yeah. But that's not gonna be enough to keep Sinesha alive, so yep. Stuns. There goes another champion, but we still have a chance of defeating this boss. We do significant damage to him, which is good. Now that I was not expecting as an outcome. I was actually expecting to fail here. I didn't know how difficult this guy was. But apparently not that difficult. And there is my new tome. So Doom Priest. Teesh. Forgot what her name was. I have one more key. I'm going to use it up on the stage right here. This should be a very quick one, and with that being said, I probably will end it here. This is what this video was about. Nothing too spectacular, and yeah, so I think like the next videos will just be gameplay videos for Raid Shadow Legends up to the point where I've managed to sort out the servers and get back on Ark. I am looking forward to it. It's just I need a lot of time. It'll take me about 2 days to try and build. Now, when I say 2 days, I mean 2 full-on days to try and rebuild a base on Ragnarok to a point where I can actually store all the creatures. So that's just the building side, and then a couple of minutes to transfer everything over from all of the other servers. I'm probably going to sacrifice Extinction to get Genesis on, so that's the way I'm looking at it now. I still want to play around with Valguero, but Valguero is also offline, so yeah, I'll keep him that way for the time being. with that being said and done, that is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.